Welcome everyone to episode 2 of NFL Election, where we head to the East. We have the AFC East and the NFC East in this NFL election, and here are the basic rules. For the first part, we're going to spin a wheel, and if you get landed on, you win the state that the wheel is spinning for, and you get their electoral votes to go along with it. Now, the two best teams, so the teams with the most electoral votes, will be the ones moving to the finals, which will be released this Friday. So we will start off and just get to it, which we will be spinning for Alaska to start. You can see all 50 states, but there are some districts we will be spinning for as well. All 8 teams. Last year, the Patriots won NFL election for the East, and can they repeat it? We can find out here. Alaska will be our first spin, so whoever wins this spin, which will be the Dolphins, they will get the 3 electoral votes of Alaska. So we will mark Alaska light blue for the Dolphins, and Hawaii is next. Hawaii has 4 electoral votes. That is more than Alaska, but the Dolphins will be getting 2 states in a row, so they will win both Alaska and Hawaii, which is a rare occurrence for some team to win 2 states in a row. Washington has 12 electoral votes, though, which will be going to the Bills. Even though the Dolphins have 1 more states than the Bills have more value in their one state, and so they will pass the Dolphins. But remember, it's a top 2. Oregon is next, and the Bills will go 2 in a row as well. So far, 2 AFC East teams getting 2 in a row, but California is where it matters. We're starting off strong here because California has 54 electoral votes. That is the most on this map, and it will be going to the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys will now take the lead pretty easily. So far, the teams that have won California have had major success, but that does not mean they get first place all the time. Nevada will be going to the Eagles. The Eagles will take Nevada. That was a very tight spin, but the Eagles will still win Nevada. Idaho has 4 electoral votes. That will be going to the Patriots. The Patriots, they're on the board now. Now they are the 5th team to get on the board. Jets, Commanders, and the Giants all have yet to win a state. They have 0 electoral votes right now. The Bills will win Utah. That's a good 6 electoral votes. That's probably about the average out of all the states. Montana has 4 electoral votes, and that will go to almost the Bills again, but instead the Eagles will get Montana. I'm pretty sure that means they have 10 electoral votes now. Wyoming has 3 electoral votes, which isn't much, but we have seen some of these series come down to just 1 or 2 electoral votes, but the Cowboys will be taking Wyoming, and they'll be getting 3 electoral votes to add to their huge lead. The Dolphins will be taking Arizona. That's a double-digit state right there. That's a good win. You want to be getting those wins. Because if you remember, the Commanders didn't advance to the second round last year, even though they had won 10 districts and states. They just weren't that valuable. The Buffalo Bills will win Colorado. That's a double-digit state right there. New Mexico has 5. That is half of Colorado's, but the Patriots will pick it up. The Patriots still hold the record for the most amount of electoral votes won in a video, not overall, although they might have that. I will have to check, but they have it overall in a video. The Jets will take North Dakota, finally getting on the board. We still have the Giants and I think the Commanders yet to win a state. The Dolphins will win South Dakota. The Dolphins are trying to compete for second place. They need to catch up to, I think it's the Bills. Nebraska will go to the Cowboys, which are in first place right now. They've been holding a great lead so far, just winning a state here and a state there. That's all that matters, but that one wasn't very valuable, and neither will these district ones be. The Cowboys will still pick up 1 electoral vote in the first district. That will put them at 60 electoral votes. Not as much as one team in the North video, not to spoil it, go and watch that, but the Cowboys are still making waves. The Dolphins will have an electoral vote in the District 2, and now we spin for District 3. And the Eagles will win District 3. So Nebraska, the boring Nebraska, is now done and over. We can go on to Kansas, which has 6 electoral votes, which will be going to the Commanders, which I think that is their first state on this board so far. They beat the Giants to getting a state, and the Giants don't even have one, and it's Oklahoma, which will have 7 electoral votes. I'll be going to the Jets. The Jets They have North Dakota, and now they have 10 electoral votes. Now here's where it gets interesting, because the Cowboys will double their odds since they are the home team of Texas. So them and the Texans will have doubled the odds for Texas, but they will still lose out. The Cowboys, having double the percentage of winning Texas, still can't win it, and the Patriots will jump from 9 to 49 electoral votes. That will put them in second place and in a position to advance. Although the Dolphins are trying to say no to that, they will win Minnesota. That is a double-digit state. Guys, it's starting to get competitive. Iowa has 6 electoral votes, and that will be going to the Philadelphia Eagles. So far, the Eagles have been a middle-of-the-pack team. They will need to win states like Iowa, though, if they want to catch up to the leaders. Missouri has 10 electoral votes, which will be going to the Cowboys. The Cowboys have had the lead ever since they won California, which is pretty obvious. Usually teams don't lose the lead if they've won California until later in the video, so stick around. Maybe the Cowboys might lose their lead that they have right now. The Jets will win Arkansas. That will give them 6 electoral votes, and they have 16 right now. Could they win Louisiana as well? They're going to need it, and they do. The Jets, well, they really need to catch up. They are behind the Eagles. Well, they were, but now they passed the Eagles. They're a middle-of-the-pack team, but if they can capitalize, they could end up being a good contender in this video. The Commanders will win the home state of the Packers, getting double digits. And then Louisiana is the home of the Bears, which offers 19 electoral votes going to the Eagles. That might have just made the Eagles in a pretty good spot if they can win more states to win second place. I don't know if they just got second place, but they're definitely up there. But the Bills will win Kentucky, and the Bills have 36 electoral votes, and I have 44. They are in second place right now. The Eagles will probably need to win more states if they want to catch up. The Dallas Cowboys, on a Packers-type run, getting all of these double-digit states. They get Tennessee now. Now Missouri will go to the Giants. The Giants, I totally forgot that they were even in this video. Now they'll be getting 6 electoral votes. Funny enough, the team that got last place in the last video also won Mississippi too. And the Giants, well, they're not looking very good. I'm not going to jinx anything. They could be a great team if they just win more states. The Eagles will win Indiana, the home of the Lions. And now we move to the home of the Colts, which has 11 electoral votes going to the Cowboys, the double-digit team, winning so many double-digit states. It's hard to even keep up, and no team has been able to. Alabama has 9 electoral votes. That will be going to the Dolphins. We haven't heard from the Dolphins in a while, but they will be winning Alabama. They haven't won a state since Minnesota. Ohio has 17 electoral votes, which will be going to the Giants. So after winning Mississippi, the Giants will actually do better than the team in the last video that won Mississippi, and they'll win Ohio, and that will put them in a good position. The Dolphins will win Maine. They're trying to catch up, and it's not looking very good for them recently, but they have 43 electoral votes. That's a lot. We move to the first district. The Patriots will win the first district of Maine, which isn't much, but you know what I always say, that could be the deciding factor. They have now reached 50 electoral votes as we move to the second district, which will be going to the Eagles, which after the win in Louisiana are looking pretty good. Yeah, they got scared by the Patriots climbing back, and they will get an electoral vote to counter theirs. The Washington Commanders will take the state of New Hampshire, which only has 4 electoral votes. The Commanders haven't been doing so well. I'm pretty sure they're in last place right now behind the Giants, but the Patriots will be taking Vermont. That is 3 electoral votes. And that actually passes the Eagles for, second place. So the Patriots have now moved into a spot in the final round if they can just hold on to it. The Cowboys will win Massachusetts, and for the Patriots, I mean, that's their home state, but the Cowboys winning it isn't that bad either because that helps prevent other teams from catching up to them. The Commanders will win Rhode Island. That is 4 electoral votes from them, and that officially means that the Giants are in last place. So Connecticut has 7 electoral votes. That will be going to, oh, that's so tight. Oh, man, I couldn't even tell because it's just white all over, and the Cowboys will have 7 electoral votes, and that will put them at 110, if I'm correct. New York is the home state for 3 different teams, so they will all each have double the percentage, and that is close, but that will be going to the Bills. That was 28 electoral votes, putting them back in contention and taking, second place in the standings. That will get them past the Patriots into a final spot, but the Patriots will take New Jersey, which almost catches up. Yeah, they're only down by 5 now, but we move to the Eagles' home state, who really need Pennsylvania if they're going to get a final spot, and they do take Pennsylvania over the Bills, who almost had it. The Eagles, that will mean that they have a 71. Oh, they're down by 1 point. 1 point off. They could win it in Delaware, but no, the Dolphins will take Delaware. The Eagles are so close. Any one of these spins, no matter how small they are, could be the difference for the Eagles. Maryland has 10 electoral votes, home of the Ravens, but the Commanders, which are right next to the Ravens in D.C., will be taking Maryland. And speaking of which, I have been pronouncing Illinois wrong the entire time. Been calling it Louisiana. But the Commanders' home state, they will lose out to the Jets. The Jets will be winning the the districts of D.C. and as we move to West Virginia, which is the last state before we head into the gauntlet. And that will be going to the Commanders, who are just trying to not fight for last. However, they have been doing pretty good. They have passed the Jets, so never mind. I shouldn't be disrespecting like that. Virginia has 13, and the Commanders will win back-to-back. They will take the Virginias, and just look at that. They have every other state around D.C. except for D.C. itself. North Carolina has 16 electoral votes, which will be going to the Patriots. Does that pass the Bills? And I think it does. Yeah, so that's 83-72. The Eagles with 71. Such a close race. Can't be decided here. However, the Bills will take South Carolina. And, yeah, they needed 2 more, and if they win Georgia, they could end up passing the Patriots for the second spot. Georgia has 16 electoral votes, and the Dolphins will win Georgia. I'm pretty sure that just saved their entire season here, and now any team that is behind the Patriots by 30 points can advance to the finals if they win Florida. So that means the Dolphins, the Patriots, the Bills, and the Eagles all are at risk of elimination. The Cowboys are safe. The Commanders, by just 2 electoral votes, cannot win it. The Giants and the Jets also can't win it. And so a battle between 4 teams for 1 spot. Half of our field's fate is on the line at just this 1 spin, which will be going to the Bills. The Bills, which were just down by 2 points, now get 30, and they will take second place from the Patriots in advance. Not only that, but they take first place over the Cowboys by 1 point, which first place doesn't really matter, but that is insane. The Bills have just pulled off what I would say is the impossible, coming back to beat the first place Cowboys, which had California after not even being in second place the spin before. This was a pretty even field, especially when you look at the statistics. It's not compared to first place of last episode, which had 156. 4 points off of the record, but the Jets and Giants still finished pretty low, but the middle of the field all was respectively good. You can see the best states, the points off of advancement, the electoral votes, and what your team placed. Comment down below how your team did. Congrats to the Bills and Cowboys for advancing, and for the Bills for being on the right side of a 1 point difference. Join us as we head out west.